Are all the cryptocurrency exchanges going to collapse? We're going to break that down today.
I ain't gonna give in now. I just gotta live this now. I ain't gonna be man, I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring, and I'm not getting mad when I'm back with the whip. Cause I am just up on the journey. Just know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise. Grand rising. Good evening, warriors all over the world. I want to start out with an attitude of gratitude and say, I truly, unconditionally love you. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health, mindset, crypto, and business coach in the world. If you're new to my channel, why do I always say that? Because what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do, repeatedly see, repeatedly hear, eventually becomes an unconscious activity. And what I'm here to do on this channel is just to share my truth, my research of 8 to 9 hours a day, my spiritual journey, my awakening, and understanding that we're heading into a whole new reality. We're moving from industrial to technical. There's a great awakening happening within the world. The love of power is being overthrown eventually by the power of love. So that's why you see any haters in my comments, I say I love you. I have no qualms against anybody. There is no invisible enemy that I'm fighting against. I'm a sovereign being creating my own rules, staying within the ecosystem. And I want to share something with you really quickly. Many people are fighting against an invisible enemy, and I'm going to break down the exchanges, but I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking my truth to you guys. And if it turns you on and turns you off, it's just what I'm going to do, because I want to start sharing. Basically, let me show you my life and what I do. I just got back from Peru for 11 days, but I'm constantly journaling. I'm constantly writing notes. I want to show you guys something real quick. Where's my book at? I'm constantly writing notes. That's all I do. I journal daily. I write notes. I'm constantly studying Jesus, constantly studying the word, trying to understand how humans operate and how I can support in the best way. I'm not here to try to get anybody to believe in anything. I'm not trying to get anybody to follow me. What I know is my life has improved dramatically the past 16 years by doing certain things, cutting out pornography, fapping, which is I think called masturbation and fapping, being around high frequency people, fasting, meditation, breathing, going into solitude, sitting in silence, working with my shaman in Peru. I believe in God and I follow the life of Jesus. Want to be very clear. Someone got offended about the word shaman. How about my guide in Peru? Okay. I've also created my own ecosystem. I walked out of corporate America 5 years ago, a high paid vice president job, lost everything twice during the process. And I stayed faithful, knowing that God feeds the birds, he will feed me. Something I wanted to bring up to you is if you do, a lot of people, comment on how I speak about religion, but really understand what the stories are. Do you remember when Jesus was standing there, a gentleman walked up and he shows this coin to Jesus and he says, who do we pay our taxes to? He was trying to discount Jesus. And Jesus said, whose face is on that coin? He said, Caesar. He said, pay your taxes to Caesar and give the rest to God. So stop fighting an invisible enemy. I live in America. Biden made the tax laws. I paid about 37% of my income to taxes. Okay. Doesn't stop me from creating, doesn't stop me from growing. So I don't sit there and complain about it because I'm operating in the right hemisphere of my brain. I'm not stuck in facts, figures, numbers, logic. I'm in the right hemisphere in intuition, creation, and through intuition and creation, I'm bringing things into 3D form. We've been indoctrinated for a very long time, since the 1900s, through our schooling system, through our medical system, through our financial system. Financial system gets you to borrow against yourself to be a slave to debt. Your medical system treats problems, not symptoms. And your education system indoctrinated you to be a worker and be a slave to money. I have completely rewired all of that the last 3 years. I went from being on my mom's couch to where I'm at today. And that's not a bragging thing. And I share these stories because hopefully you can see yourself in me. I also was a drug addict 16 years ago. I was in crack houses buying opiates. So I've radically improved my life through these activities and behaviors and studying of Christ consciousness and an understanding that you are sovereign. Nobody's coming to save you. You've already been saved. All the things that I'm reading when people come at me about how I express the Bible, God and my truth in Jesus, somebody told me go read the book of John and I read it and it kept telling me that I'm the king, that I can actually think and I can walk and I can talk and I can make decisions. Everything kept bringing me back to the same truth. That you are sovereign, that you're already free, that you've already been saved. All your sins have been wiped away. that you have the responsibility as a human being. Emotions, you got the responsibility of emotions. As a human being, you've been given the responsibility of emotions, and you get to choose and have free will what you do with those. So do you choose to be impoverished? Do you choose to complain all the time? Do you choose to complain about the government? Do you choose to complain about an invisible enemy? Or do you choose to realize that I am wealthy, that I am? I am healthy, that I am. I am safe, that I am sovereign, that I am. It's all the frequency that you're embodying, and the billionaire's worth, a billionaire is available to you, and a poor is available to you. It's a frequency that you're accessing based on the internal conscious thinking, a thought that becomes emotion, that becomes a belief held for a long enough period of time, that becomes your reticular activating system's guidance system, which gives you conviction and confirmation, and that's why you're in your situation. So I'll get off my soapbox. Let's dive into the exchanges today. Now, there's a lot of FUD and there's a lot of shitty stuff happening to people in cryptocurrency, okay? I feel very sorry for people that lost all their, I think it was the big collapse, right? I think Tether, or I forget, I totally forgot the name of it. Sorry, the big black swan we had in the beginning. We had FTX just happen. People are saying there's going to be more black swans. There is going to be more black swans. Absolutely. That's why I teach people that wisdom and instruction and information is wealth. It's better than gold and silver and crypto and houses. If you have instruction and wisdom, you will always be wealthy. But let's talk about what's happening within the physical world. The crypto market's in turmoil over FTX bankruptcy. FTX represented greed. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Banks, cryptocurrency exchanges, cryptocurrency companies are all so fucking over leveraged right now. Not just cryptocurrency companies. Here's the difference. Banks are over leveraged. CEOs and companies on the stock exchange are over leveraged. But the difference is the cryptocurrency market is not regulated, and they don't have the Federal Reserve and their buddies in the government to bail them out. That's the biggest difference. So that's why FTX is reaching out to Binance. That's why FTX is reaching out to Elon to bail them out. So regulation is going to bring them underneath the system. So I'm going to share with you. This is just facts, figures, numbers, logic coming from my brain. Okay. This is how I look at the system. So yes, there's going to be more collapses. Yes, there's going to be more off-brand exchanges collapsing down. That this is an off-brand exchange, but they're all over leverage, guys. They took your money, they lent it out. They took your money and they leverage traded with it. That's what banks do. But banks have their buddies at the Federal Reserve to bail them out. That's the difference, okay? Celsius, crypto meltdown, a crypto lender in crisis. We remember Celsius happened. We have FTX collapsed. And was it Tether, guys? Sorry, why is my brain, was it Tether that collapsed? God, it seems like so long ago. But that was the first black swan, the one that the stable coin that collapsed, okay? So this is something you need to understand. You need to understand the master account. A master account is a record of financial rights and obligations of an account holder at the Administrative Reserve Bank, okay? So they talked about master accounts and the Fed to issue long-awaited guidelines for granting master accounts to crypto banks. U.S. Federal Reserve Board has finalized tiered guidelines for granting Federal Reserve accounts with Wyoming's crypto bank likely to fall under most scrutiny. So remember, Ripple has an LLC in Wyoming. Kraken, Brian Brooks, who left the head legal counsel of Coinbase to take over the OCC for a short period of time, allowed federally chartered banks and thrifts to custody your crypto. Brian Brooks also chartered the first cryptocurrency bank, which was Kraken. Okay, so Kraken. So this is why I'm bringing this up is here's what I think they're going to do. This is just my opinion. They're going to make sure that cryptocurrency exchanges, which will be cryptocurrency banks, they'll have, and I'm going to take you into Coinbase in just a second. They're going to custody your crypto, and they're going to be able to do your banking there as well. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, US Bank, they're all going to have your regular fiat currency or digital currency, and they're going to custody your cryptocurrency. Everybody's coming up underneath this. And what they're going to do is they're going to crush non-utility tokens through making them securities, and they're going to crush these exchanges by calling their card because they don't have the liquidity to back up the funds in their account. And what's going to happen is, in my opinion, everybody's going to have their stuff on a ledger, and there's only going to be a certain amount of exchanges that you can bring your money up through, and then all the money comes back into the system. That's what I believe is going to happen. That's what I believe is going to happen. FTX pulled the fucking wool over a ton of people's eyes. You know, Tom Brady, all these people. Kevin O'Leary got caught up in this. Guys, if you know the game, you can't be played. I don't trust anybody in this system other than God and myself. And I'm not attached to this banking shit. I know some things, some of my cryptos are going to go to zero. That's okay. That's why I educate myself and I know how the system works. That's why I never, ever have been paid to pump a cryptocurrency. I understand this game, Warriors. My life is not a game. I answer to one person, and that's God. Okay. So we know that there's the master account. So what I believe is going to happen, all the cryptocurrency exchanges are going to become banks. They're going to have a master account with the Federal Reserve. They're trying to get the 2.9 billion people unbanked into the system. Okay. But then you look at this, Coinbase. Coinbase is part of the banking system. They're part of the banking cartel, guys. Enhanced trust with regulatory compliance. Coinbase has been working with regulators the whole time. A look into Coinbase commitment to compliant assets. At Coinbase, our goal is to do the most trusted crypto platform. To deliver an objective, Coinbase is committed to protecting customers' funds. Understand who Coinbase is connected to. Do your own research, guys. Coinbase isn't going anywhere. Coinbase is not going insolvent. They're not. That's just my opinion. If it does, I'll come back and eat crow on this. But the reason why is because they're connected, guys. Coinbase gets their bit license in 2017. They've always been connected to the system. Coinbase secures first crypto license in Germany. Okay, you look at this. This is their legal license. Alabama, Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Illinois. The list goes on and on. And here's what gave me and I'm not saying to go use Coinbase. What I'm saying is Coinbase is one of those things that's going to be here to stay, right? They're connected to the cartel. BlackRock. All eyes are on BlackRock and Coinbase partnership. Could the partnership with BlackRock mark a turning point for Coinbase, which has been battered by market slump and regulatory scrutiny? They're part of the system, man. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. Tether falls from its $1 peg because of FTX turmoil. These are all black swans, okay? These are all black swans that are happening so that these regulators and Congress people who are 7 years and above, who are archaic in the old banking system, so they can get their fingers in this shit, so they can get their wealth into this stuff, and they're going to crush the middle class who had an opportunity to get very, very wealthy. So here's what I am doing, not financial advice, is I'm staying focused on my utility tokens, which I've always stayed focused on. I am spreading my money across some stuff on my ledger. Be very careful with ledger as well. A lot of people are getting screwed on ledger. Make sure you buy it from the official site. This is not financial advice. I have some of my stuff on crypto.com. I'm going to be moving some of my stuff over to Coinbase. I have some of my stuff on other exchanges. I'm spreading my wealth across certain exchanges. Okay. I'm just making that very clear with you guys. That's what I am doing. I have some on my ledger. I'm not attached to the market, so I'm a very different being, guys. I'm not attached to money. Money is not what I'm seeking. Freedom is what I'm seeking. Freedom is here and freedom is here. So money chases me. I've been divinely protected through all of this. Divinely protected. I haven't been hit by any of this stuff, and I'm sure I will be hit by some of this stuff, but I haven't been hit by any of this stuff because I've never worked for greed. That was my banking days, guys. I don't chase money. Money chases me. I am the frequency. I am the alignment. So things come to me easily and frequently now because I change my subconscious mind. I'm no longer a slave to money. I no longer clock in or clock out for a paycheck. I can go sit in Peru for 11 days. My companies are running very efficiently and smoothly. We're building more and more companies. You can do the same thing. That's what we teach in our Warrior Academy, 3twarrioracademy.com. So like I said, I'm going to start doing more conversational pieces, speaking my truth. I'm accidentally wrote in here on accident, but I write notes all day, Warriors. This is what I do. Outside of raising my kids, I study the life of Jesus. I'm starting to study the Bible. There's an interesting quote that I love when they said when Jesus was a teenager, he was spitting fire in the churches, man. They're like, how does Jesus know this without being taught? All of you know the truth. All of you know the Bible. It's encoded in your DNA. That's why Jesus says, be like the lonely children to get into the kingdom of heaven. The system, the organizations have taught you to look outside of yourself for a source. You're never going to find it. They've taught you to borrow against yourself. So you're trapped and your cortisol levels are through the roof, disconnecting you from source. They've taught you to eat shitty foods, which destroy your pineal gland, which disconnects you from source. Okay. And they put you in an education system that makes you memorize and not be a creator, which disconnects you from source. And the further you're disconnected from your truth and source in your heart and who you are is pure love, the more they can control you. Love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, Warriors, get your shit together. Let's go.